Sometimes, if you understand wetin life be, you go know say this life, vanity upon vanity is vanity. Now, there is this report that have been on social media for quite some time now. The woman, may her gentle soul rest in perfect peace, is a special assistant or was a special assistant to Delta State Governor Shimite Bello. According to the report that I have here, we are going to try as much as possible, bear with me. It's going to be a lengthy video, which I want everybody to carry along, because so many wrong narratives have been carried out simply because of material things. Who work property, stick by live am, no talk of people who dey ground. I believe whatever controversy is on ground today between the woman's family and that of her husband probably might just be some kind of, na me go carry this property, no me go carry am. Because if it were to be an issue that has to ascertain wetin kpai am, autopsy was conducted and the result eventually came out. Now, when this issue came out, so many bloggers carry am domestic violence. Some say na so he give am poison and every other thing. Now, let me first and foremost give you these details before I go forward. I said Delta State SA Shimite Bello dies from alleged poisoning. Pastor husband arrested. Mrs Shimite Bello Love, Nin Nwakalo, special advisor on trade and export to Delta State Governor, has died under controversial circumstances, widely known as Madam Sabificate. Shimite reportedly died of poisoning on Easter Sunday. Family sources told Sahara reporter that her husband, Pastor David Favor Love, has been arrested following investigation that he poisoned her. Witnesses says she was found foaming at the mouth before being rushed to the St. Luke Hospital, Asaba, where she pronounced dead. The late Shimite, who previously served as executive secretary of the Delta State Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise Development Agency under Governor Ifeanyi Okowa, was also CEO of Quintessential Group, an enterprise active in agriculture and solid minerals. In 2023, she contested for the Oshimililong seat in the Delta State House of Assembly primaries under the PDP. A family member revealed she was in high spirit of the day before her death. She was vibrant when we spoke on Sunday. On Sunday, she didn't respond to my Easter message. Unlike her, the source said. Trouble began when her mate called Shimite's brother, worried that Pastor David has locked her in all day. They rushed over to find Shimite unresponsive with foam at her mouth. She was taken to the hospital, but it was too late. Family members alleged that Pastor David had increasingly isolated Shimite from loved ones and took control of her life, including her property. Since he came into her life, everything changed. She has completely cut off, a relative claimed. It trailed her movement, prevented her from going to work, and changed ownership of her assets to his name. Described by close sources as controlling and jealousy, Pastor David is accused of manipulating Shimite. He had nothing before her. She believed everything he had because he was her spiritual father. Attempt to reach Delta State Police PRO SP Bright Edafe was unsuccessful. Shimite's body was being deposited in the mortuary as investigation continues. Now, outside that, so many reports went on social media. Domestic violence. Some say it was food poisoning and the rest. And after that, they conducted an autopsy. On the 22nd of May, the result was finally out. This is sometimes when we are doing things, we rush into conclusion. According to the autopsy result, cause of death: 1A, acute of left ventricular failure. B, hypertensive heart disease. 2, aspiration pneumonitis. Now, in all of this, did you see anything like food poisoning or what? Now, the family member has done the autopsy and they see that even the same Pastor Love, they are accused of buying their sister. There were nothing of such. For them to even come out now to release this autopsy for the public to know the actual cause of their sister's death is another difficult thing entirely. Before I could get this, someone has to sneak it out. Now, I want them to prove this autopsy wrong, because sometimes it's one thing to allege, it's another thing to come out with facts to back it up. And at the moment, they are doing everything possible in making sure that to prove a point that the man by their sister because of the properties. Because if you check very well, you understand that the woman was favored by God to have acquired so many wealth. As a result of that, instead of them to focus more on how to mourn their sister, they are busy fighting the man that he was the one that by their sister. Now, to buttress this point, now after the autopsy was released, these people now understand that if they have to push the narrative of probably it was by the husband, it might not hold any waters. And today they are of the opinion that he wasn't legally married to this Pastor Love. Now, according to the report we are seeing at the moment, the lady did some kind of change of name after he eventually officially got married to Pastor Love. Now, this is the change of name he did. The affidavit of change of name. I, Love Shimite Wilfred, female Christian, Nigeria citizen, residing number 24 Cairo Street, Wuse 2, Abuja, FCT, do hereby declare on oath and state as following, that I am the above named person and deponent hearing to the affidavit. 2. That I was formerly known and called as Uwakalo Bello Shimite Winifred. 3. That henceforth I wish to be known and called as Love Shimite Winifred. That I depose to this affidavit in good faith, consciously believing that same to be true and correct in accordance with the provision of the Oath Act. Now, the picture you are seeing so far is when they did their marriage registry. Why I'm doing this is just to let the world know. Whatever is in between that of Pastor Love and Shimite family members is nothing but the property she left behind. Let's learn to put a square peg in a square hole. Did she really marry to Pastor Love? Yes, it's confirmed. Pastor Love, was he the one who killed Shimite? Obviously, according to the autopsy, it's no. Now, if this is a known fact that he wasn't the one that killed, and people have been trying to spoil his name, soil his name, simply because that name, Pastor, is inclusive, and they are trying to drag him every now and then, keep arresting him from one police station to the other. Why are they doing that? I want to call the attention of Delta State Police to this. I want to call Senator Ned Nwoko. I believe he also contributed towards making sure that this autopsy was conducted. So long as it was conducted, there is need for the Nigeria Police Force, Delta State Division, to come into this demand for the autopsy, making known to the public what really by this lady. If this man hands are not clean, so long as the death of this lady is concerned, you should go in for it. But if the autopsy set him free, the whole world should know that he has no hand in a why people shouldn't carry fake rumor about him. If truly they are married, things have to be done the way it should be. The idea of Mr. Bello is from the Yoruba land, while the lady is from Delta State, as a result of that, they begin to intimidate him and all that. I think it shouldn't be. Because most times, who works on temple for ground still come on liver. I wonder what will become of the people who they drag for the thing at the moment. Let not because of properties and begin to see the truth, begin to call it lie. So I want to create the dodgers of Nigeria at the moment. Having watched this video from the beginning to this moment, seeing all the facts and figure, we should try as much as possible to put a square peg in a square hole. Try not to lie because of material things. And as for the family members, I want to create the indulgence that you shouldn't because of anything to lie. Because your sister who has joined her ancestor is watching everybody. If truly this Pastor Love have a hand in it, the autopsy would have indicated that. The issue of after marrying her, She now cut her off from every other person. Any man would do such. If I have a wife, I should be able to lay my rules that this is what you should do and this is what you shouldn't do. But a situation whereby the woman never complained one day, as God should have it, it doesn't mean the man have to be punished for what he knew nothing about. So whatever you think, drop your comment in the comment section once again. Share and follow the page. And for the record, please, let's make noise with this. Let's not support jungle justice. If the autopsies indicated that the man was the one that killed the wife, he should be arrested. So long as the autopsy did not say so, the man should be set free and be free for all ramifications, and let the man be the one to take charge and decide when and how to bury the wife, not the family members now trying to impose, do things on their own will, going to the man's house because they have spare key and begin to take some valuables. Are you money or you are after valuables of the wife? Because from the way things are going, what is causing commotion so long as this issue is concerned at the moment is the property the woman left behind. Anyway, may her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. How I wish the dead can speak for themselves.